Hi, it's PK from PK's Market Store and PK Car Boot Sale Store. Hi, Facebook and YouTube, wherever you're watching. Happy New Year. And I hope it's a good New Year for a lot of us. Now, the other day we were talking about, what was we talking about? Just joking. We were talking about personal independence payment. And I was explaining how on one of my videos how mine was stopped just by having a telephone assessment where they think they can tell what your needs are or how you feel in like an hour or so. And I've been doing some research like I've been telling you guys, and I think I've actually found why they're trying to get rid of some people from PIP. Now, I've been receiving PIP since 2007 with a lot of problems I've had. Now, just because I wanted my PIP looked at because some of my things have got worse, I had the form and I sent it back and they received it on the 20th of August. And then at the beginning of December, I had a telephone assessment. And then on the 30th of December, I had a letter saying they stopped my PIP from the 17th. And yet, then I have been looking at what has been going on with DWP, as they cause many people who have depression, even more depression or even more stress. How people, they say they think about those with disabilities. Well, hold on a moment. Let me just read you some of these. Please bear with me because some of this is a bit small writing, so I'll probably have to have it close up, and some of the words I might not be able to pronounce because that's one of my disabilities. So it says, to PIP were unfair to people with mental health conditions. Here it states it right there. PIP were unfair to people with mental health conditions. The reveal could cost 3.7 billion by 2023. The Minister for Disabled People, Sarah Newton, said the DWP was embarking on a complex exercise and of considerable scale. She added, whilst we will be working at pace to complete this exercise, it is important that we get it right. Okay, so I told the person who gave me a telephone assessment, and she said that I sounded fine. What does she know about depression? And it states here, black and white, to PIP were unfair to people with mental health conditions. Okay. And it says ministers made changes to PIP in 2017. And this was ruled by a higher court, because I've read this up on a similar site, but I tried filming and reading the what the law said, because it went to higher court apparently in 2017. So yet, haven't I just proved that the assessor, in my point of view, has broken the highest court law because I suffer with mental health? So it's best, my advice to you people who before you have your assessment, check the sites on PIP, Personal Independent Payment, and read if you can. It is quite, I've found some of the words very hard to pronounce. So as a result, I just proved one point that this did go to a higher court in 2017, and it's the judge said that people with mental health are being not supported. So it's got, as a result, people were able to travel independently on the grounds of physical distress, as opposed to other conditions, were not entitled to the mobility rate of the benefit. Voucher support. The government pressed ahead with the proposals despite criticisms from an independent tribunal in 2016. An independent review PIP in 2017 was critical of the assessment system after reselling 65% of those who appealed against rejected claims saw the decisions overturned by judges. Here's the point I am just making, and it's very weird. Hold on. This is very strange. Okay. The 17th, they stopped my PIP. Okay. But in 2017, now, while this was going on, I had nothing from PIP saying, changes have been made and that we could talk about mental health. I had nothing about that. So this is only came to my attention because if I would have known, I would have tried a lot earlier. But for many years, I was really suffering with personality changes and really high depression and a lot of things I couldn't handle. So, but then it states here December, So 2017, a year, no, 17, 18, 19, 20, nearly 3 years ago, and yet now that DWP with me have broken this law. Okay, they've broken this because it says, and in December a High Court judge ruled the obstruction banality discrimination against people with physical problems and were a breach of their human rights. Last week, New Work and Pensions Secretary Arthur McVie announced the government would not appeal against the judgment to agree with certain aspects of it. Right, assessors by BBC News Disability News correspondent, the government announcement to reveal the claims for PIP is not, as it may seem at first glance, a complete overhaul of the system. This judgment won't affect people with physical or disabilities, but the DWP will be going through everyone currently in receipt of PIP to know the 1.6 million claims down to approximately 22000 people it thinks will be affected. So to do that, they have to stop some claimants. So it looks like I'm one of these claimants. They've taken off PIP so they can sort of, I don't know, cut the numbers down. It's in black and white, guys. I'm reading it. The DWP has told me it will profilize claimants who were disallowed PIP over those already receipt of the ruled. So it looks like they're getting rid of those who were having it and now giving it to claimants they are fused. Shadow Work and Pensions Secretary Debbie Abraham said it was shocking that so many claimants were having to be reviewed and expressed concerns that a timeable for action was yet to be put forward. The government was wrong to cut PIP benefits in the first place, wrong to bring in the PIP regulations last year, and it was wrong to ignore the views of the courts, she said. So they've been ignoring the courts. So why hasn't nothing been done about DWP, guys? It's in black and white. I'm reading it. Mark Hanson, Chief Executive at disability charity Scope, and more had to be done to address all the issues. While critical that the government urgently identifies and pays the vast numbers of disabled people who lost out on their virtual support, this will not address the root of the problem, he said. The fundamentally flawed PIP assessment needs a recall overview so it actually identifies the extra cost disabled people face. Philip Concord, policy manager at Disability Rights UK, welcomed the review but expressed regret at persistent failures of the assessment process. Huge amounts of taxpayers' money is being wasted on poor quality assessments which deny disabled people benefits they qualify for. I felt totally disappointed. Kath Thompson, who lives with bipolar disorder, had his PIP reduced from £420 to £220 because he did not score enough points on his assessment. The 49-year-old was moved from Disability Living Allowance DLA to PIP in October 2017. He told the BBC, "I got a letter saying my payments would stop and I would be viewed by assessment for PIP." Now, as I stated, I asked, because I had more information to give them, because don't they say that if you don't report changes, you're in trouble? And yet, they're not obeying the High Court. How disgusting that is. Disgusting. And we've been asked to trust these people who say they're for the people. More money in their blimmin' pockets, I bet. It's disgusting. It says the lady there wasn't physicalist. She asked if I could walk. None of the questions related to any of my mental health problems. He said that he felt totally discriminated and that the whole process was totally discarding. He was told he would receive no PIP payment but that was later reviewed and he was informed he would receive minor put rather than the full amount. I don't know what's going to happen. What if it gets reviewed and I end up with nothing? Exactly what happened with me. I received no payment. Kelly Bailey lives with Bodana, personal disorder, and says she had her PIP removed when she informed the DWP her conditions had worse. So this lady had the same as me, because both of our PIPs was stopped as soon as we mentioned that um, we gave our changes to DWP. These WP need to be sorted out, people. We cannot let them cheat people like this. We are all human beings and have rights. And if we're entitled to what we are entitled to, then we should be allowed to. We didn't ask for these situations. I mean, as I said, there was jobs that I really wanted to do and can't do. And, you know, I've had no control over that. And nor have these people. Why are we being provided into different groups? The richer get richer, the poorer get poorer. And for those of you who don't watch these videos and don't sort of put marks, how do I know that what you agree? Do you agree with DWP, the way they treat these people? Do you think it's right they're breaking the law? How many times have we seen that with the government? Breaking the law to suit themselves. And the questions they ask in these stupid assessments. What's point? Goodness sake. When is this country going to say enough is enough? Let's help one another. Oh, it bores me. It really does. It bores me. They sent me for a consultation. We spoke for a little while, and then they sent a letter saying thanks for letting us look at your claim again. I got the letter in January. The letter said that my needs have changed, so now they're stopping my payments. Credit BBC News, the 30th of Jan 2002. If you'd like to discuss any item on here with or the rest of the communication, can email us, use the online forms, blah, blah, blah. So there you go, folks. Luckily for things like scope and mind and the sitting vice bureau, and hopefully our doctors will support us as well. Yet again, I've got probably have to go to another tribunal. It's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Then I've got to tell them I'm moving, for goodness sake. Oh dear. These people haven't got no care in the world. My niece is fully. She has a lot of disability, and they stopped her PIP two years ago. It's ridiculous. One assessment for all three: ESA, Universal Credit, PIP. One assessment, not different assessment. Yes, I know there's people, what gets on my goat, there's people who don't really have illnesses or disability, they're conning in the system, they don't get found out. But those who really need it are being punished because of these kind of people. I just don't know. But thank goodness for tribunals, for those who get treated this way, that they do have sense and listen to people. But there's some people who are so scared of going to tribunal in case they agree with the DWP. You know, we ask for help. Sometimes we don't get the help. We have to wait months or sometimes years to get the right help. Until we get the right help, it's, you know, I've been trying to get help for a lot of things for years. And people don't know how much that takes out of you. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing it for all those who are had enough of the DWP. Why don't the high courts do something now? Make them obey the law. If we go out and break a decision of the high law, we'll be in prison. We have to obey the law. Why is it one rule for one rule for another? Look, people, I know you might like all your true crime channels and about Star Wars and things like that. But some of those true crime channels are like cases, alright, do need solving. But there's also this needs talking more about too. Mental health and how to beat DWP. So give true crime and that a bit of a break and do videos on PIP and Universal Credit. Well, PK out.